We are on chapter 18, as you know, and we have completed 57 shlokas so far. Today is the 58th one, and I'll just be taking one shloka today. When I find that one of the shloka, every shloka is beautiful and every shloka is important. But when I find that there is something that we need to think about as sadhaks, then I just like to stop at one shloka so that we do not uh, get carried away with too much of unnecessary distraction. So just one shloka today, which I feel is important to all of us as sadhaks. Let me read it first. Machchita sarvadurgani mat prasadat tarishyasi atha chetva mahankaran na shroshyasi vinangshyasi. Bhagwan says, with your mind thus devoted to me, you shall, by my grace, overcome all difficulties. But if from self-conceit you do not care to listen to me, you will be lost. In the last few shlokas, you may have noticed, and we have also pointed it out, that the first line of every shlok is almost a recap of the earlier shloka. And this is a kind of a writing technique to show that all this is basically one chain of thoughts, and you have to see this shlok in reference to the earlier ones. So, right from about 8 or 10 shloks, Bhagwan has been giving us very detailed explanations of the journey right from the beginning as a sadhak starts his journey till the moment he attains his self-realization. And here again, he's repeating Machchita Sarva Durgani Mat Prasadat Tarishyasi. Bhagwan says, with your mind thus devoted to me. The word thus tells us that you have to see this shloka in comparison or in reference to the earlier. So if you have done everything thus, as I have explained earlier, then you shall receive my grace and you will overcome all difficulties. So he's recapping. Thus meaning last few shloks, or is it maybe even last 17 adhyayas, because remember we are on the 18th adhyay. So maybe everything I have told you up till now, if you do that, then that will mean that you are devoted to me meaning to the teachings that I am imparting to you, and you shall receive my grace and you will overcome all your difficulties. So last few shlokas or last 17 adhyayas, or I'm also saying last 17 years, all the teachings that you have heard of Sri Bhagwan, have you followed them? If so, undoubtedly, guarantee Bhagwan is giving, I'm also giving. You will receive his grace and overcome all difficulties. Machchita means fix your mind thus devoted to me. All that goes into that one word, machchita. Whenever you fix your mind on something, that means you focus your mind on something, there is a power in your thought. And with that power of your thought and the purity of your intentions, you will create what you are thinking. Isn't it? We have talked about that. So if you keep thinking, I don't have money, I don't have money, I don't have money, you will create poverty or lack in your life. If you think of lack, you'll create lack. If you think of abundance, you'll create abundance. If you keep thinking, I'm afraid of this, I'm afraid of this, I'm afraid of this, you will create situations of which you will have fear. Therefore, whenever there is a difficult situation in our life, we have two options of how to deal with it. One is you sink in that despair. You become absolutely helpless, frustrated, and you passively accept whatever is going to happen, let it happen. Or you have a second option. Fix your mind, means train your mind to overcome this situation. How? How? By focusing your mind on the result that you want to attain. The result of how to come out of this difficult situation, right? So if there's a lack of money, instead of continuously thinking, I have no money, I have no money, I have no money, then fix your mind, means focus, intend, concentrate. I am completely in abundance. Whether it is true or not, intend it. That is the meaning of fix your mind. Fix your mind on the result that you want. And then automatically you will be putting out the intentions to the universe and you will attain what is in your mind. But remember to fix it correctly. Otherwise, you'll definitely attain what you have fixed your mind. But if you have not fixed it correctly, you may be surprised with the result that the universe will deliver to you. So Bhagwan is telling you here, fix your mind on me, on Bhagwan. So if you fix your mind on Bhagwan, what will you attain? You will attain Bhagwan, isn't it? We are fixing our mind on hundreds of other things. So you'll get it. And maybe your mind is fixed on so many things that your intention or your power of intention is getting scattered. There is no single pointed focus. So have a single pointed focus on any goal. And if it is Bhagwan, then that's what you'll attain. Bhagwan has given us this guarantee much earlier. We are in 18th Adhyay. But go back to the 9th Adhyay. The most beautiful Adhyay is, I think, the 9th Adhyay, the middle part of the whole Gita. Bhagwan gives us a guarantee in Shlok 22. It's a beautiful shloka for every sadhak. I'm going to read it out. Ananyaschintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. The important word is yogakshema. Yogakshema is made up of two words, yog and kshem. Bhagwan is giving you a guarantee right here. Yog, Bhagwan is saying, yog means I will make available to you whatever you don't have. And kshem, Bhagwan is saying, I will protect whatever you already have. What a guarantee. He says, the devotees who solely loving me, constantly think of me and worship me selflessly, to those ever united in thought with me again and again, saying the same thing, I bring them full security and personally look after all their needs. What bigger guarantee can you get? You and I can never guarantee this to anyone. Only Bhagwan can guarantee this to anyone, that whatever you don't have, I will provide. And whatever you have, I will protect. All you have to do is surrender to me. So simple. Okay. This is the first shloka, nothing new. Bhagwan has already said it earlier. But now, in the second part of the shloka, Bhagwan is giving us a word of caution. He's giving a kind of a warning, you can say, not a threat. It's a caution to tell you the importance of the teachings. And who is he giving this warning to, or who is he giving this word of caution to? For those who do not care to listen to me. Na shoshyasi. The ones who do not shroshasi, who do not listen to what I'm saying, do not listen to the Shastras, to the teachings, to the Updesh. Now, there are three words I can take, three ways I can take to interpret the word listen, who do not listen. So there's a difference between hearing and listening, right? Hearing means you have ears, you hear. You cannot stop your ears from hearing. It is not a voluntary thing. It is an involuntary thing. Either you just sit with your ears shut always, which is not possible. Therefore, you will hear, but there is no intention over there. So what do you hear? If there's a dog barking on the street, you'll hear it. You didn't want to hear it, but you hear it. Or the horns are blowing, or some construction work is going on in the neighbor's house, you'll hear it. There is no need for you to hear. There's no intention for you to hear. Listening is different from hearing. In listening, there is hearing with intention. And there is even some attention. And if it is not clear, you will strain to hear. So listening is something that you want to hear. It may be a pravachan, you're listening. It may be some music that you love to listen to. Or you could also be wanting to listen to what your neighbors are saying. So hearing is different, listening is different. But here, third thing, when you add two words to listen, it makes a different implication. Listen to me. You would probably have seen a mother telling her child, listen to me, or a teacher telling the students, listen to me. When you say listen to me, it almost becomes an imperative sentence. Imperative sentence means an instruction. You better listen to me or else. So it becomes a kind of a attention grabber. Listen to me, I'm telling you something important. And Bhagwan is using this listen to me third way over here with Arjun. So what is Bhagwan telling Arjun? Remember Adhyay 1, Arjun wanted to give up his Kshatriya dharma and take up sannyas dharma. He wanted to give up the fight, run away from the fight, take a begging bowl, become a sannyasi, and he was ready to renounce his dharma, Kshatriya dharma. He was afraid, and the fear and the emotions had hijacked his mind from his intellect. Bhagwan is here cautioning Arjun. Arjun, you are making a huge mistake. Listen to me. You are making a huge mistake. You are not yet ready to renounce the world. You are not yet ready to take sannyas. You cannot give up your duties. This is wrong thinking. You will not, if you give up your Kshatriya dharma and take up sannyas dharma when you are not ready yet for sannyas dharma, then neither will you attain the fruit of sannyas dharma, and obviously you will not attain the fruit of Kshatriya dharma also. So you are lost. You are neither here nor there. See, if you pluck a fruit in its budding state and you try to take the fruit and find sweetness in it, you will not find sweetness in it. Therefore, you have to wait for the fruit to ripen. You have to wait for the person to become ready for sannyas. Then only they can renounce other dharmas and take up this dharma of sannyas. As a shishya, and I say this shloka was important because here we are not on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Here we are in sansar. Here all of us are shishyas. Our job is to follow the instructions of the Guru. Because the Guru knows what is in our highest interest. Here it is not a question of doing manmani. It is a question of doing buddhimani. And buddhimani is to listen to the instructions of the Guru. In the battlefield, Arjun's Guru was Bhagwan Krishna. The Guru knows what is Shreya for Arjun. Bhagwan knows what is Shreya, what is in his highest interest, and not only in his highest interest, but in the highest interest of all humanity. Bhagwan has taken avatar to establish dharma for all of mankind. And we also, in our dharma of grihastha ashram or whatever stage of life we are in, we are not alone. We are not isolated. Our dharma, our duties encompass a large circle of other beings. And therefore, we have to be very careful that we do not renounce our dharma, our duties, before we are fully ready. And who will tell us when we are fully ready? Our Guru will tell us. And if we don't listen, Bhagwan says, the word of caution is, you will be lost. So why don't we follow the instructions? Why is it that we want to do our own manmani? Bhagwan is giving us the reason here. He says, ahankarat, out of self-conceit. Self-conceit means what? Ego. We don't listen sometimes to the teachings of the Guru, teachings of the Shastras. Why don't we listen? Because somewhere we have some wrong notion in our mind that we already know it all. I've read a lot. I know good Sanskrit. I have read many Shastras. I have studied many Shastras. I know what is good for me. And one more new excuse also I heard the other day. I have found my inner guru. I have found my inner guru. My inner guru tells me everything what I need to do, so I don't need outer guru. This is called ahankarat, out of self-conceit, out of ego, pride, arrogance. It's an exaggerated sense of your own intelligence. And when you operate out of this exaggerated sense of your intelligence, or in other words, aka ego, you can obviously understand that it is diametrically opposite knowledge of the self. In the knowledge of the self, there is no ego involved. There is no ego existing. Therefore, when you think too much of yourself, know too well that you haven't reached that stage where your ego has dissolved and you are in the state of self-realization. So this is the reason Bhagwan is giving why you are not listening to what the Shastras are saying. And then there is one more reason also, and it is of course linked to this reason. Your vasanas. There are residual desires which are left. Now, if you have a very exaggerated self or a delusional sense of being enlightened and already having an inner guru who is talking to you, then you will probably feel that you have no desires left. However, you have some duties. Now, what happens? We keep postponing our spiritual progress out of wrong thinking. Sometimes we feel that right now I can't follow all these teachings that Bhagwan is saying. Right now I need to earn enough money so that when I take sannyas, I have enough money. Just see how ridiculous it is. I am earning a lot of money so that when I take sannyas, I will have enough money. What is the meaning of that? If you have taken sannyas, then you are not thinking of this money, right? So you're thinking right now, let me earn X amount of whatever, X crores of rupees. Then I will be in a position to listen to everything that Bhagwan is saying. Okay, let's take a round figure, 10 crores. Okay, I must earn 10 crores. Once I will earn 10 crores, then I will listen to Bhagwan. I will listen to all the teachings. I will do whatever the Shastras are saying. So you are focusing really hard. Remember, fix your mind. So you're fixing your mind on 10 crores, right? Because you're putting in that intention. And the motive is good. The motive is saying, I must earn this 10 crores. Maybe I will provide for my family with this 10 crores. I will also have enough, like a nest egg for myself when I take sannyas, I stop working. So the intention is high. So you focus, you intend, you work hard, and all the time you're constantly fixing your mind on that 10 crores. So by the time that 10 crores appears in your life, what have you done? Just think about it. You have created such a deep footprint in your antakaran of 10 crores. 10 crores, 10 crores, 10 crores, 10 crores. Now you cannot think of anything else but 10 crores. Your mind has got into the habit of thinking of 10 crores. It will keep thinking of 10 crores. Even after getting 10 crores, now your mind will say, next 10 crores. Even you want to change your mind and think of Bhagwan, it will be very difficult because you have created such a deep ridge of thought pattern in your mind. So your mind will refuse to obey you. Your mind will refuse to obey and make a new footprint. Isn't it? So just think about it. At the last moment of your last breath, when you're supposed to fix your mind on Bhagwan, what will your mind be fixed on? 10 crores. And that is the importance of constantly fix your mind on me, so that at the very last moment, when you take your last breath, you don't have to train the mind, you don't have to change tracks, you don't have to say, now I'm not supposed to think of 10 crores, I'm supposed to think of Bhagwan, and it's never going to happen that way. And what is the guarantee that after the 10 crores come, then you'll start thinking of Bhagwan and listening to all the things that Bhagwan is saying? What is the guarantee that you're going to be alive after that? Therefore, Bhagwan says, constantly fix your mind on me. With my grace, you will overcome all difficulties. And what if I don't? Then Bhagwan says, Vinangshyasi, you will be lost, you will be destroyed. What will be destroyed? What will be destroyed is the supreme gift that we have received of human birth. That will be destroyed. This advantage, this supreme gift of being born in a form in which we can destroy all our karmas, overcome all our vasanas, and attain supreme bliss. What is this loss? Bhagwan has already explained about the two most beautiful shlokas, which is like the epitome of psychological thinking. Adhyay 2, Shlok 62 and 63. Bhagwan says, Dhyayato Vishayan Punsa Sangasteshu Pajayate. You remember this? The man who dwells on sense objects, then he will develop an attachment for those sense objects. If you are constantly thinking of a sense object, fixing your mind on a sense object, then you will develop an attachment for that. From that attachment, a desire for attaining that object will arise. All desires are not met. If the desire is met, you will reinforce my happiness depends on this object, and your attachment for that object will become stronger. But if we do not fulfill that desire, then what happens is from the unfulfilled desire, anger arises. Anger is a result of unfulfilled desire. And when anger, very, very dangerous emotion, when anger overtakes us, Bhagwan says, delusion appears. Delusion, wrong thinking. And with that wrong thinking, there's confusion of memory. Confusion of memory. You will forget all the gyan that you have learnt earlier. You'll forget who you're talking to. You'll forget your duties. You'll forget your dharma. You'll forget everything. Confusion of memory. And with confusion of memory, there's loss of reason. Your intellect will no longer operate. And when intellect no longer works for us, we become no different from an animal, because intellect is the only thing that differentiates us from animals. And therefore, Bhagavan says, one goes to complete ruin. And that is the meaning of this word in this shlok, vinangshyasi. You will be lost, you will be destroyed. Therefore, constantly fix your mind on me, no matter which ashram you are in, no matter which varna you are in, no matter what other duties you have, constantly fix your mind on me. Even if you have a lot of problems, don't worry, with my grace, you will overcome all difficulties. Okay, so this is an important thing for sadhaks to remember. Check. And next two shlokas also, Bhagwan will go elaborate a little more on this. But I thought first I will take all the three shlokas, but then I decided no, let's focus on this one. Check. What is how strong is your faith in the teachings of Bhagwan? Are you following all the teachings as Bhagwan is telling you? Or are you following only what is convenient, what is comfortable, what is priya? Are you doing manmani? If you're only following what is convenient, comfortable, then you are doing manmani. You're doing priya. But if you are following it exactly as Bhagwan is saying, then you are doing buddhimani. You are doing shreya. So this is something you need to think about in the next 1 week. And then next Thursday, I will give you a little bit more detailed in the next two shlokas. It will come about how to follow the teachings of Bhagwan. Important, I think, if your spiritual goal is the most important goal for you. Yeah. Oh. 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 Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Chidarpanam. Jai Gurudev.